Okay, I'm going off camera for this. Hopefully you'll enjoy this nice outside rural scenery of my chickens. Okay, and this video is called Hard Work Doesn't Always Pay Off. Okay, has somebody in your life, or have you ever heard somebody say, persistence pays off, keep going, never give up? You know, any one of those aphorisms that we've all heard. I'm sure you're not alone. And I just want to give my thoughts on this, because if anybody is kind of jaded by the whole notion that working on a goal will always pay off if you stick it out, yeah, you might want to rethink it. There are some things that will probably lead to a successful outcome, but I think most of us, and yeah, I'm probably going to get into the boomer bashing a little bit, because, I mean, let's face it, a lot of people that are always quoting these lines are usually people in that age group that grew up in that time where things were a whole lot better than they are now. I don't know where I was, but I saw this motivational meme somewhere, and the quote on it said something to the effect of, walls are not there to keep us out. They're there to remind us of how badly we want something. Okay, and I saw that and I'm thinking, is that supposed to make me feel better? I mean, walls, maybe there are, in some cases, maybe there are. I mean, we're using the wall as a metaphor for an obstacle that's in your way of trying to get to some objective. Some walls, maybe, I guess it's possible. Obviously, I'm speaking figuratively here. It's possible to find a workaround, a way to get around them, but there's some walls, I don't know, you'd probably need a stick of dynamite. So if you see something like that, take it with a grain of salt. Okay, now, are there some things in life that effort and persistence do pay off for? Yes, there are. There's a few things, but it's not like you're thinking. I'll give you a good example of something where persistence can pay off. And probably the best example is learning a specialized skill. I'm talking about something nobody's really born with, or you don't just wake up one day and say you want to do it. A specialized skill. I don't think it doesn't matter if it's learning to play the piano, figure skating, I mean, being really talented and good at something, and it could involve some kind of sport, like something to do with I did say figure skating a minute ago. I'm kind of drawing a blank there, but yes, absolutely. If you want to get good at a specialized skill, yes, you do. You have to practice, yes, every day. Keep going. Now, the people who do, I'm sure there's plenty of them out there, they already have a passion for it. That's what propels them to keep going. They already enjoy that activity or pursuit. So if there's something you love to do and you want to get better at it, just keep at it. I mean, if you need a teacher or a mentor, that's probably a good idea too. But I think we all know when we're doing something and we really have a passion for it, and versus when we're just going through the motions. So, and that's going to be different for everybody. But let's get on with situations and outcomes where you give it your all. I used to hear this one. There was a girl in my neighborhood. Her mother created her senior ad for when she graduated, and she said, "Always give 110%." And I was told that too. Maybe you need to give 110%. So, but she was a high achiever, so maybe she took her mother's advice. I hope you can hear me over the din of cicadas out here. It is summer and evening after all, so I'm going to have to talk a little louder to be heard. Well, cicadas are a really cool bug. They're always heard but never seen. I think they live under the ground for a long part of their life. Okay, that's neither here nor there. But anyway, things that don't always lead to the outcome you hope for, even no matter how long or hard you try or what kind of plan you come up with. Let's say trying to get a good job. That has always been something that effort and persistence have never paid off for me. Only time was when the economy was doing okay. But anytime when the recession was going on, I remember when the recession started in 2008, I went a whole year and I filled out applications. I'd asked friends for leads, and I still had nothing to show for it. At the end of the year, nothing, not a zip. So, I think by the time I finally found something, I think it was sometime in February 2009. So, okay, maybe, but, still. And I don't know if you've seen the other videos I have on here trying to make it in 2 different fields despite going to school for them. That's another example of how hard work didn't pay off for me. Now, I realize, looking back, if I had to do it all over again, I would have really spent some time thinking about that market or field. I wanted like cosmetology, and then the other one was graphic design. If I had to do all over again, I would have looked around. Do we know anybody? Do we have any relatives that own a shop, even a print shop or a beauty shop? We did have one beauty shop we used to go to as when I was a kid growing up, and I don't think that really counts. Besides, by the time I was the age where I was going to school, I think she wasn't even there anymore in that area. But that was a good example of where I persisted with something and ended up pretty much with nothing. So your environment can have a lot to do with why something don't work out. The people you know or don't know, if you're not in the right social circles, you can be kind of shut out of possible opportunities too. And it could be where you live. Maybe that industry's not thriving. I don't know. But, so if you're, oh, that's a loud one right there. That one's going, this is not just one bug singing. This is like an orchestra. Okay. So if you're still with me and you hadn't clicked off yet, the TLDR of this video is, persist when it's worth it. But if it's not, move on. And move on early, because you're really going to feel like shit if you have spent a year in school and you can't even get in a program that will lead you to a real job, You know what I mean? Time is precious. I'm sure we all know that, just like money is. But I hope some of you out here who have watched this thought this was a good video and maybe you got something out of it. If that's the case, leave me a like or comment and let me hear what you have to think. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.